10 of the most incredible bomber planes of World War II. The Second World War was fought in the air as well as on land and sea, and dozens of different bombers were developed during the conflict to drop bombs on enemy positions or cargo onto friendly ones. Some of these bombers were primitive, others were cutting-edge designs that provided an advantage over enemies who didn't have similar aircraft in their arsenals. Many bomber planes were based on aircraft that had been used in earlier conflicts, and some could trace their lineage all the way back to the First World War, showing just how long certain bomber designs have remained relevant to military operations throughout history. 1. Junker Zu-88. The Junker Zu-88 was a German aircraft manufactured by Junkers during World War II. It was used primarily as a bomber, but also in other roles, including as a dive bomber, night reconnaissance aircraft. The Ju-88 saw service with several Luftwaffe units throughout Europe and North Africa and was even used by 2 Japanese Navy squadrons for strike missions in China before it ended production in 1944. At least 6,000 Ju-88s were built between 1936 and August 1944. 2. Handley Page Halifax. The Handley Page Halifax was a British bomber produced during Second World War. It was initially produced for RAF Coastal Command as a patrol aircraft, but was adapted for other roles and saw extensive service with RAF Bomber Command. The Halifax remained in first-line service until VJ Day, having outlived several designs intended to replace it in its primary role as a medium bomber. 3. Vickers Wellington. The Vickers Wellington was a British twin-engine, long-range medium bomber. It became one of the most widely used bombers in history during World War II, serving with several nations' air forces and navies, as well as various resistance movements. Over 10,000 were built. It proved to be robust, versatile and adaptable, but ultimately unable to withstand daylight bombing with fighter opposition. It is often considered to be Britain's most important contribution to military aviation in terms of numbers produced. 4. Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress. Over 12,000 B-17s were built by Boeing between 1935 and 1945. The B-17 served with every branch of the U.S. military in both combat and non-combat roles. More than 12,000 were lost to all causes during that time, but they sank 2 million tons, 1.8 million tons, of enemy shipping. 5. Consolidated B-24 Liberator. The Consolidated B-24 Liberator is one of few aircraft that has its roots in a pre-war design. While not a heavy bomber like others on our list, it was instrumental to American operations in Europe and Asia during WWii, and thousands were produced. 6. Avro Lancaster. The Lancaster was an English long-range heavy bomber used by Britain's Royal Air Force in WWii. It is considered to be one of, if not, the most successful aircraft from WWii, used extensively in bombing runs on Germany. The top speed for this plane was 275 miles per hour, 443 kilometers per hour, and it could hold up to 7,000 pounds, 3,175 kilograms, worth of bombs. 7. Messerschmitt Me 410. The Messerschmitt Me 410 was a German twin-engine heavy fighter, night fighter that served during World War II. Nicknamed the 84 by its pilots, it was armed with 4 20mm cannons and up to 4 tons of bombs or depth charges. 8. Focke-Wulf FW-190. The Focke-Wulf FW-190 was a German fighter plane used during World War II. It was made by a company that already specialized in military aircraft and engines, as well as civilian airliners. The first model appeared in 1941, but it took several years for it to reach its full potential. By 1945, when combat had ended, close to 12,000 planes had been produced by various companies under license from Focke-Wulf. 9. Heinkel He-177. The Heinkel He-177 Griffin was a purpose-built, long-range heavy bomber built for the German Luftwaffe by Heinkel during World War II. It was a contemporary of other well-known German bombers such as Junker Zu-88 and Dornier Du-17. While it started out with good performance, issues with its two powerful engines and various aerodynamic problems made it one of Germany's least successful bomber aircraft. 10. Dornier Du-217. The Du-217 was developed by Dornier as a successor to its Du-17 series. The aircraft was an all-metal, low-wing monoplane powered by 4 engines arranged in a crash position formation, that is, 2 in front and 2 behind. Although originally conceived as a high-altitude bomber, it was soon used as a fast reconnaissance aircraft with bombs slung under its fuselage. Thank you for watching this video. Please click like and subscribe and turn on the bell notification to be sure not to miss the next videos in this